Alrighty, hold up. There we go. Different scenery, you guys. Alright, so, for those of you who don't know, you know what I've noticed is I always make that my opening statement. For those of you who don't know, and then continue on. Okay, for those of you who always tune in to my videos, you'll already know that, hey, the background changed. And there's a cat. Yeah, my brother's using our room right now for his band. So he's doing guitar practice over Skype with some people. So, but today, I just uploaded a video, and to calm my nerves, I thought I should upload a video I've been meaning to upload. This is more of a movie review, and I want to start doing these because I like movies, you know. I watch a lot of them. So, today we're going to be doing Amityville, The Awakening. Now, I liked it, yes, but there were some things that were wrong and that kind of didn't make sense to me. So, major warning, there are spoilers. So, it was an okay film. It wasn't horrible, but, you know, it was a waste of 87 minutes of my time. And it was interesting, but it was a waste of my time, I feel. So, there was a bunch of things wrong, and a bunch of questions I have. So, the first thing that I found that was wrong is that when they were talking about Robert DeFeo Jr., the guy who killed, this is inspired by real events, and Robert DeFeo Jr. is a real person and did kill his family in a home in Amityville. Now they shot it at a different place. Now, first question that comes to mind is, what happened to the boathouse? Because when they get there, the boathouse is burned down. When the little girl finds the dog mutilated. I can't say that freaking word. But the boathouse was burned down. Now, I watched Amityville, The Possession, which was a prequel to the original Amityville, which The Possession was, it's okay. And then I watched the original Amityville again. And then I watched the remake with Ryan Reynolds. And then another one that was not, it said it was Amityville. It was like Amityville something. But it was like Paranormal Activity though. Yeah, kind of, you know. But everyone died in the home. And it was more like in the woods of Amityville. Not at the house, which I found kind of weird. But anyway, getting sidetracked, this is... So when did it burn down? Because it didn't burn down in any other movie, and they failed to explain it. Like, oh, what happened to the house? Flip. Oh, this is what happened to the boathouse. It burned down because of this and that and this. Now, they staged it to look like it was based after the movies and the book. Okay, I like that concept. But the thing they got wrong is that they said Robert DeFeo killed his family members with a shotgun, which is not correct at all. In fact, the other movies portray it better, because he killed them all with a .358 Merlin rifle, which, those who aren't good with guns, is a repeater action, which means that's, or lever action, which means at the bottom you have to go like this. Alright, kind of like in the old Western movies. But in the newer one, in this one, they said a shotgun, which is pump action. And you could totally see it that they're using a pump action. And why I'm pointing up here is because I have this hooked up on my TV, and my TV is right there for the living room. So that's one thing they got wrong. Now I have another question, though. The circle around the house. Okay, so there's a ring around the house, right? That's never showed up in any of the other movies. but this one, and said that's what's containing the evil spirit, and they can't cross that wall. So my thing is, when was that put down there? They didn't explain that much. I'm more of a guy who's like, oh, I like the backstory, yeah, because I have almost every comic book imaginable that's an origin, because I like origin stories. But it didn't say why there was a ring around, like when. So that's something that I had a question on too. And then for the ending, okay, so if you have watched it, you know that the guy, the brother, was bed bound, I guess. I don't know. But he was all frozen and shit, and in a coma, until he was possessed, and got muscular and stuff, and started possession. Now, the doctor of him left, because he saw something scary, because when he leaned him over, because he saw blood and flies, which in the Amityville horror movies are huge, are the flies. That's in almost every movie. So, he sees the flies under... what is the kid's name? I forget. But the brother is laying there. So he leans him up, and a bunch of flies come at him and go into his mouth and shit. Okay? Then he leaves. He knows what he witnessed, and he leaves. Now, the brother has killed the mother and some other... Oh, and the nurse. The mother and the nurse. With a shotgun. So then the little kid and the sister, which I think is Emily, the older sister and the younger sister, they both defend themselves, yada yada yada, bring him outside the circle, he dies. And he's the only... Police found that only his fingerprints were on the gun. But the doctor said that, no, that can't be possible. He wasn't moving or anything. Yet, he doesn't have any suspicions and doesn't tell the doctors or the other doctors or the police of what he saw when he lifted up his back and all the flies came at him. So why would he do that? Okay? So those are just some of the questions I have and some things I got wrong. So that's all my questions. And two things that were wrong. So here's another thing that I like that they did is for the spirit. When Emily is looking for the spirit, just like in the first one, she takes the pickaxe, and she's swinging and breaking the wall, and she finds a room with corpses and writing on the walls. Okay. Neat. So, I liked the big whole thing. What I liked about it is how they tied it in with the other movies. It's more like, oh, what if this actually happened? The movies were made, but then somebody actually moved in after the movies were made and all that. So I like how they did that. And then they're watching the original Amityville horror movie with a bunch of friends. She's watching the original Amityville with this horror geek like me, I guess, a guy. So he's watching it with them in the Amityville house. That's what I found interesting, is how they did that. So that's almost everything I have on my list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will try to survive the haunting of our house, as you don't... that's why I'm making this video, is because I'm scared to death, and this is how I'm taking my mind off of everything. So stay tuned for the next movie review.